Okay, I have with me Sabina Devita, who is a director and teacher at the Institute of Energy Wellness Studies here at the Total Health Show. Of course, Total Health includes energy, not just physical energy, but internal energy and etheric energy and all these finer energies. And Sabina has a machine that kind of calibrates that. So she's going to walk us through with this very sophisticated, state-of-the-art equipment. Tell us about this, Sabina.
Yeah, it's really quite interesting. It was developed in Russia by a group of scientists, particularly Dr. Konstantin Korotkov. And as you can see here, this is actually the camera itself. It's called a camera. And what we do is we actually have the individual put their fingers placed on this camera lens, which is right here.
Like this?
That's right. And it'll be one digit at a time.
Okay.
And basically, it correlates with each of the meridian system, and of course that is also correlated to the organ system of the body and even the chakras. This has taken the physicists 20 years of development so that we can get what's called real-time imaging. It's direct and it's right in the moment. And so consequently it takes less than, say, a minute. We do both hands and we do it twice. We do it once with what we call a filter and one without a filter. Without the filter, we basically are taking a photo, because there is a camera involved here. We actually then can see the picture, and the picture that we see on the left-hand side of the screen here is actually related to what we call the psychological, emotional, spiritual picture. And then on the one on the right, this actually refers to, which is the one that we've taken, that I take here, using a filter that is representing here as a physical. So it's a blueprint. It details the biofield of an individual and what's happening in their field.
Okay, so how does it compare to like aura readings and things like that?
This is much more sophisticated. This is based on scientific analysis and basically is quantifiable. This is where the scientists, of course, have developed this and love the idea of numbers. And so everything is quantifiable, meaning it's measurable and it's doing through numbers, and so it's computated and correlated with numerics.
Okay, in other words, you go to a medical doctor or a naturopath and they do their protocol and their diagnosis and using their equipment. How much more finer do you get with this? Like, what's the advantage?
What's really fascinating is that in the year of 2000, the Ministry of Health in Russia actually not just documented, but actually had this accepted as a diagnostic tool for their hospitals.
Wow.
This was correlated with MRIs and CAT scans, and you name any of the conventional type of tests that are done in what we call today modern medicine, and it was found to have a 98% efficacy.
98%?
98%. You know, that's remarkable.
Do you think we'll be able to get that covered by OHIP? Probably not in this country for a number of years.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. But what's fascinating is that this is actually now used in hospitals and in health clinics and even in their sports clinics in Russia and in Eastern European countries.
Well, you know what to say about the Russians. They're very advanced in these kind of things.
They certainly are.
And hence they have Russian secrets.
They really are.
Okay, you've got another machine here that's very sophisticated. Tell me about that. I can hear the music in the background.
Yes, it's really quite amazing as well. What this does is more of a treatment modality, and what it does is it's based on, again, algorithms. Okay, it's based on algorithms and numerics, of course, which is the algorithmic codes. And it's also, as you can see on the screen, these are fractal images. And if you actually understand what fractals are doing, and it's again coming back to sacred geometry and mathematics, what this is actually doing is it has a healing impact on our, not just our nervous system, but our whole biofield system. And I have the ability to test before and afters, as I showed you with the earlier technology, and can see the change that takes place in the biofield after a person has had a session on this. And it's remarkable.
Let me understand this, because this is very new to me. I've never seen this before. Do you need the other machine to work on its own, or does this take it to the next level?
This is another, this works independently. It's just that I like to have, because I love my GDV, this is actually called gas discharge visualization or electrophotonic capture. I like to do that, but this works on its own. Actually, it is remarkable because the programs in it help to literally dissolve warts. I mean, we have skin, tags, all kinds of issues to do with anti-aging, and all things to do with emotional blockages, oppression, things of that nature. That's all in the program.
So what does a person do? Do they listen to the music, or is it a visual thing that stimulates the brainwave? How does it work?
It actually does both. They hold on to these two crystal wands, and they're held in the palm of their hand, like this. And there is, of course, the music that you're hearing right now. Usually we do that with earphones, and the person then, of course, is hearing the sound, and then there's solfeggio tones that are being played right now. The solfeggio tones have been the original musical tones that are very healing, because everything is vibration, and that's what we're dealing with.
Correct. Yeah, I remember reading that. Okay, what's your website?
My website is energywellnessstudies.com.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.